with that, let's break out our cards and ask, which may be, an opinionated piece, but we're going to ask for the SOFA guidelines: short, do one thing, have few arguments, stick to one level of abstraction. Which is the most important for unit testing? So what do you think of these four things? Which one is the most important for unit testing? So why don't you find your cards or find your iPod and think about it for a few seconds. Okay, well, you get to vote. I'm pretty sure we're going to get to talk about this. Ready, set, vote. Okay, we've got lots of green and lots, and then blue and pink. So why don't you talk, and then we'll give you my opinion. Okay, let's try and vote as partners again. Raise up the cards, and boy, there's a lot of votes for green here. Okay, so now this would be a terrible midterm question, because this one is really basically our motto is my opinion, and you could probably make a case for each of them, but we'll relay what we were thinking. So how about short, which is one of the ones you didn't pick? Well, it could be long, and as long as it's straight line code, it could still be pretty easy to test. How about sticking to one level of abstraction? Well, that idea is to make the code easy to understand. It could be actually pretty easy to test, even though it's hard for you for a human being to understand it. So the last two here, doing one thing, yeah, that probably would help with testing. But if each thing is simple, it might still be easy to test. What we were actually arguing for was few arguments. That if the arguments really matter, then the more arguments there's going to be more test cases for you. Now, if the arguments just kind of fit into a formula and just, there's nothing to do in that method but calculate that formula, then it wouldn't be so bad. So I think kind of the main thing about this question is for you to think about what matters in terms of testing. Arguing about doing one thing with fewer arguments, I think in our experience, we think the arguments would be both ways, but you could certainly find example codes where it'd be a strong case where for any of these things that was more important than the others, but that was kind of perspective. Just any questions?